an MDL like 3060, you pull the orders of the judge, you read the criteria, and you go, oh boy, maybe I qualify. So then what's the next step? To add more money to your practice, to get more versed in this? Well, do I advertise and support? Do I know anybody that fits? Who can help me find a lawyer that will get a fair shake on my case, which obviously becomes another issue. And I always suggest plaintiffs' lawyers that are in the PSE, that are in control, or others that can find the conduit that have done it before. And all of a sudden there's another profit center that I did not know it existed, that I can reach at my fingertips and getting it in. Two, and this is something that, for example, my firm has been working hard to truly measure the impact of certain glyphosates. And by all means, Idaho has great cultivation in the north and great farmlands and great stuff, and surely they use the pesticides here. And I'm trying to narrow it now to how can it be tagged from being exposed? Oh, Serna, wait a second. We already have Roundup. Oh, Roundup, yeah, that stuff, yeah. Bayer still denies it, yet there's $5 billion out there. Everybody uses Roundup, and you need to find, like in every small case, the causal connection to the proximate cause. You overuse this thing, it cost you this cancer, there's that MDL. Can I beat glyphosates? I'm starting to work with a group called the Environmental Working Group, who became a law firm because what they started to do was test all these products, and now they're so large because they produce all of the data that we need in order to file the case to find the proximate cause so that we can go to court. And having said that, I'm studying really hard that non-paraquat impact of glyphosates. What other products have it? What product is keen to my state, to my jurisdiction, to the area where I practice? And so, in conclusion of today, I invite you to think that mass torts are a great profit center. For example, I brought and I didn't even go through that stuff, but I brought a Camp Lejeune update. And I know we've all seen these things. I think it's going to be towards the back. I just brought some very basic Rule 77, 23, some recent case law that we can all grab.
And this will be posted up to the Idaho State Bar, the litigation section. We'll have this PDF posted to it.
And hopefully I can do another one because I have a whole thing I wrote on mass torts. But if you go to the Camp Lejeune one, right here. All right. So we've all seen these things all over. You're in a hotel room, you're in your house, you're in a bar, Camp Lejeune, Camp Lejeune, Camp Lejeune, Camp Lejeune. Why? Well, the feds just settled 3 cases for $850,000. So I'm not trying the case. I'm not part of the MDL, but I do know a veteran that was in Camp Lejeune. What do I do with my case? Well, refer it, because the attorney fee on 3 cases, even at 33% that most federal judges will approve for you to have 40s overreaching, but 33 and a third will do. They settled each case for $300,000. That's $100,000. So that's $50,000 if you refer the case and you know someone from Camp Lejeune. And you don't have to do much but find the conduit to get to where that is. And then, as we all do, plaintiff's lawyers, we just put it in the oven, let it hit, and then we get the payday when it pays. And all you got to do is scratch and see why. Why is it going? Well, some of them know what they're doing. Some of us know what we're doing. And I think we're all advocating for the same. And so, go ahead.
I do have a quick question versus like the Facebook algorithm. I think most of us could, I think it's toxic. And the more something is bad and you keep watching it just because you're like horrified, then the algorithm's like, they want to watch this more, and they keep feeding you worse stuff. But suicide is a little bit harder to prove the causation of than a cancer, and that's what I'm trying, like what's the connection? Like, do you find out how much Facebook usage they've used? Like,
You know,
where does that causation like come in? That I'm trying to wrap my head around.
and I want for you to please go to the first page if you can, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I did very inexpensively that I do, but I'm gonna address this question real quick. So, I was once in a case where we had to prove the proximity to a cell phone tower that was providing allegedly cancer, right? One of these big stations people are running. So we had to submit their phone for download, data download. So just like you get on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff always stays. I don't care if you hit delete. It always stays right there. Always, everything you do stays. So I'm working with an expert to prove that this man, where they installed this new 5-band gig, whatever stuff is, the new stuff that cell phones do to prove the cancer. I find out that all these data downloads stay in your phone, despite you deleting it, erasing it, the rest. So if you tender your phone to a data download expert, it'll tell you the hours of use in any app, in your email, in your text, in your social media, in foxnews.com and weather.com and Instagram and Facebook and the rest. And so subjecting the phones to download will subject you the hours that you're exposed. That's very easy to say, Junior, give me your phone, I'm taking it, you're acting a little weird. And obviously, if it's a sad situation, like a suicide or bullying or cyberbullying or anorexia, all you gotta do is download that very inexpensively, and then you get to say, no, look, my kid was on Facebook, I don't know, 11 hours a day, or Instagram. Now, the better cases, the parents get access to, you're ugly, we hate you, we don't like you, you're nothing, you look like a cow, whatever you're gonna say.
Right.
And then you have it, and then your kid has it. And so the case we have, it's so pronounced where you see what these algorithms were allowing others to go and pry and more and more and more and more and more damning and more. That's a slam dunk. But otherwise, one of the things we're doing is we're gonna offer as evidence a data download of a phone to pass a certain threshold.
Okay.
And so that's how we can at least prove the damage aspect of it. One of the things I do very, very inexpensively, if you don't mind clicking on this thing. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, bummer. All right, what I was gonna share with you guys is, and you can just get out of that. I don't even know these passwords. I have them all in automatic.
Screen share yourself. Okay.
Just in conclusion, it costs you nothing to do a YouTube channel, and when it comes to a tort or a mass tort or a case that you're working on, having a conversation with yourself, which is not for us weird because we're trial lawyers, we can talk to anybody. If you're filming yourself, you're giving your thoughts, it's zero cost except your time, and it goes. All you gotta do is put some hashtags, and then people discover it. My life is, what are you doing in this case? It came up in my TikTok feed. I'm like, well, I'm just throwing it out there to discover, but for example, now in Uber, I'm gonna be like, I'm advocating, hey girls, you all have friends, Jesus. And so I go out there. YouTube is cheap, inexpensive, and free. Facebook Live. All these things get recorded. Now there are some people that really don't want to be doing a bunch of that, but I find out when you do a little bit of that on behalf of your practice and the things you're discovering, It's just free, and then the algorithms go, and all of a sudden you get an email or a phone number or whatever to screen it properly. So in conclusion, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate meeting all of you. Look forward to working with you. Look forward to being able to share with you at least the mass torts we're working on, so that maybe we can have a conversation if there's something that comes up or not. And messages, don't overlook them. And you don't have to pay Google searches in the millions of dollars like Morgan & Morgan does. They spend $64 million a year just in Google ad search. They'll kill everybody. No, we can go the back route, and we can do Facebook Live, we can do Instagram, we can do TikTok, we can post, we can do some hashtags, and make sure you have a website and go. And
Morgan & Morgan made it here.
thank God.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're eventually they're in every market, but my God, they started like that. But in any event, don't overlook looking to see what's available. Firefighters with cancer, Uber sexual assault cases, the teen suicide now that parents can recover, AFFF, plastics in the water, paraquat, Roundup. All these cases are already there. I even was to talk to a former Boise State football guy that used to play in the LFL, that is not all mentally there anymore. And I'm filing his case in New York, where there is $8 billion sitting with one magistrate judge looking for really horrible histories to pay. And the adjudications are so big, maybe it's a point in time, you get to know a football player, and they're very damaged, and it's there. So all you gotta do is look for what's there and pry it and make it an economic gain. So on that, thank you all for the time.
Thank
I appreciate it.
You made it sound really